Hi, I'm Matt.
I'm Pete.
I'm Ben.
I'm Will.
And we're Max Raptor, and you're listening to Louder.
So I'm here with the guys of Max Raptor. I got Matt.
Hello.
Pete.
Yes.
Will.
Hello.
Is it just Will with one L?
It is.
Okay, we'll get to it
I
later.
don't know why.
Okay, and Ben.
Hi.
So the guys are playing the first day of the Scuzz tour. So I cannot ask you how's it going so far?
Yeah, really well. Our shows have been amazing.
Yeah, well, it sounds great so far. But do you ever have any expectations or any kind of talks before you go on a tour?
Well, the other two bands that we're playing with, Preston Echo and All Is on Drugs, we're good mates with those boys. So it's going to be an awesome couple of weeks. It's so we know that's going to be good. That's going to be great. And then, but the shows, we've got no idea. We've just got no idea.
So I'll catch up with you in a few weeks and we can have the same generic question again.
Yeah, and the same generic answer as well.
Yes.
It's nice as well because I think we're playing pretty much the hometowns of each band, I think, so on the tour or certainly near. So it's nice that some towns that we haven't visited that much, the other bands will have done, and so hopefully they're going to be really good. You know, seems to be good.
So every show is going to be packed with some home fans.
Yeah, and new fans as well, because I know that a lot of our fans will come down and watch the other bands, and hopefully the same for them and us. So yeah, it works well.
So I know a lot of ongoing bands try and go as big as possible, but over the last few years I've seen a lot of acoustic sessions that you just hid in some weird locations like a cave or a shop or I've even heard about a fan's bedroom.
Yeah.
So,
that was a full gig. Yeah, we did a full gig in a guy called Barney Hall's bedroom, and Barney Hall's actually become bigger than the band. So
we are all Barney Hall.
We are all Barney Hall. That was nuts. We did a whole set in the middle of Wandsworth. His parents were fine with it and cooked us dinner, and we played and put it out on the internet to 4,000 or 5,000 people watched it. And, yeah, it's cool.
I think the hardest thing in those sessions is just keeping the weird eye contact with the camera.
It doesn't happen first time at all. It's so difficult. It really is.
It takes a few takes to actually get it down, get it right. The cave one was interesting. That was down in Cheddar Gorge. We managed to swindle 3 passes to the cave because we just said, we're in a band. So we gave them a t-shirt and we said we were some big band. Gave them some t-shirts, they let us down into the caves for free, and then we shot the session. But the acoustics in there were wild and the sound was bouncing around the room, so it's quite difficult to keep a straight face and do that
King Solomon's
in a beautiful
temple. Yeah, that was it.
I'm guessing the brewery was even more difficult. I'm guessing you had some free pints.
But we did a show in a brewery just before Christmas, and all the fermentation tanks line the side of the room, so you've got pretty bad acoustics. But you've got loads of beer, so it doesn't matter.
That brewery session, though, the acoustic session, I found the hardest thing to do was not only keep a straight face, but actually look at the camera, because you realise you're staring in one particular spot for so long, you feel like you're going to pass out. I think you felt like that as well, didn't you? Just looking at the camera.
Yeah, just looking.
Feel faint.
Yeah.
The room starts to go a bit.
Yeah, you start seeing the colours, but good little session.
So it's not a band thing to just create awkward moments with fans, friends, family, each other.
That's why we do it.
That's how it started.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it the same kind of situation with Barney's mom? I heard that she made you dinner. So
yeah, she
just
made
sitting there
the most amazing gingerbread biscuits as well. Okay. They were pretty.
As she was baking them, I maintained eye contact, and she did suffer burns.
I see that you're struggling being serious as well, so with the eye contact.
Who? Us? No.
So I heard that you guys all started off in the Midlands, but if I'm not mistaken, 2 of you or all of you moved to London?
I live in London.
Okay.
And then these guys, these two live in Bath, and Ben is from Birmingham.
Okay. Talking about moving out to London, is it, it's just Matt. So is it to get closer to music? I mean, what's in Bath? Except for no parents.
Well, there's a thermal spa.
Yeah.
There's a weir. Loads of good pubs. There's Moles, really good rock club. Well, not just rock.
So is it helping the band?
Is it helping the band?
Yeah, moving to Bath.
No, it is. My mindset is I'm way more relaxed.
But
Pete and I can write down there, and
It's a place to stay in the southwest whenever we're touring as well, which is good.
It's a nice part of the world to be in. Beautiful town, so it's good. Clears your mind. You go for a walk, come home, clear mind, start writing.
That's not. It doesn't happen. Let's just go to the pub every night.
Yeah, it clears my mind.
There's quite a little. There is a little music community down in Bath. So yeah, we're kind of making. We've only been there for 8 months, but yeah, making some new friends in bands and people involved in music.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's weird, especially in this light. It's kind of weird.
I know a lot of bands like going back to small venues, but you're kind of hitting the small venue mark in your career.
Yeah.
So are you dreaming about going bigger or going back and staying with the smaller venues?
We've been lucky enough to play some really, really big venues, but where, there's you lose a level of intimacy, I think. We've played big venues with other bands and stuff, and we've played big festivals, but especially with festivals, the smaller festivals, we love going back to because it's not just about like the venue, it's the staff as well. Like, we know some of the people that work at the venues, and it's everything. It's everything to do with it as well. But there's nothing better than playing. I'd much rather play a smaller room that's full than a bigger room that's half full.
Okay. How about going back to the floor, having a
Like a
floor
floor
gig?
show.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be sick.
We've not done one.
There's no divide at that point. There's no I'm on the stage, so I'm better than you. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah.
We're all on the same level, and that's essentially what we are. I'd love to do that.
I'm
again.
taller than a lot.
However, the only problem with that is the fact that then some people can't actually physically see the band. But
But it's not having no barriers.
yeah.
So are you playing the back room or the cellar, the basement?
Back room,
back room?
So
Yeah.
even though there are barriers there, you can just go around it. So it's not
Well,
really
exactly.
protected.
I mean, half the time these guys run into the crowd anyway.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one, the whole barriers thing. I think it's an interesting thing because when we played the gig in the brewery, one of the things that came from it is maybe next time let's put a barrier in there, because it was pretty chaotic. A barrier maybe would have saved an on-stage fire that we had that evening, or a girl constantly turning my power off at the front that then cut my bass out every 5 to 6 minutes.
and with a barrier that wouldn't have been possible.
Yeah, that's very true.
Formed an
You
exorcism.
can't do an exorcism without a barrier. Everyone knows that.
And I split up 2 fights. Wouldn't have been able to do that without a barrier.
Okay,
But yes,
so we're
I don't like
against
it.
barriers.
I think if it's here, good. If there's a big distance and then a barrier, then that's bullshit.
So all those O2 academies.
I don't like playing academies
Yeah.
because we feel a long way away from everywhere.
I also feel bad about people paying £6 for a pint in a plastic cup.
Yeah.
Shit pint, a rubbish pint in a plastic cup.
Other pints are available.
I don't think you have to do it with that. You have to do it with
I think the answer is
think a
it'd
pint
be
is
nice
a
to
pretty
play big
universal
venues.
thing.
That's cool, but we have done a lot of big venues, and it's always nice to go back to the smaller, even the club circuit, toilet circuit, and play in front of 100 sweaty people rather than like 3 in a massive arena. Like, it's just so much cooler.
Our first show was in a place called the Star and Garter in Burton-on-Trent, and it's like 80 capacity. We got like 300 people in this room, and the floor was sagging, and that's maybe why we like playing kind of small venues. But we've done our big venues in our time.
In some festivals.
Hammersmith Apollo, whatever. No, we did a tour with the Stranglers.
Yeah.
And that was like big. That was big venues.
That's actually another side of the argument where, the whole rather play to a small room that's full rather than a big room that's empty. There is another one, which is that I would rather not play to a 2,000 capacity venue full of people who don't like you to start with.
Okay. Don't know you. Just
Well, that's the
don't
thing,
like you.
because Stranglers fans are notorious for not liking support bands. They are famed for it through the years. So that was our first show with them, was in Glasgow, sold out Academy, and I met a guy in the toilet beforehand that said, "You're in the support band, are you?" And I went, "Yeah." And he said, "If you don't get bottled off the stage or get cups of piss thrown at you, then you've had a good show."
Okay. So the new album's coming out April 22nd.
Yeah.
Ben, why is it called Max Raptor?
because we decided to keep it simple, and I think we'd all sort of decided that this one was an album that just speaks for itself, and it's self-titled and it's simple, and the front cover's not got anything on it because that's the kind of cool guys we are.
I'll just I'll just make some amendments to that.
Yes, if you would, please.
Well, because we just signed to a new label, and it's a kind of it's a bit of a new start for us. And we've never released anything with our own name on it. So we thought this is this is a good way. New label, new music. Max Raptor. For people that haven't heard of us before, they'll see it, and that's hopefully what's going to get into their brains.
And the new single, Old Romantics.
Yeah.
And the lyric goes, "Old romantics die together." It was released a day after Valentine's.
It was.
Did you guys have a rough one, or?
No.
Have many rough ones.
Yeah, we've all had a rough one.
I feel like Pete's going to take over the conversation now.
Nah, Pete shouldn't.
Well, he already has the name of the emo in the band.
The emo in the band.
I do like emo. Emo's great.
Not listening to emo music, just all of a sudden taking over the conversation, make it deep and dark.
Oh yeah, no, you do that.
I do.
No, you do
I
that.
just like to keep it serious. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you do.
No, I can't answer the lyric thing. I mean, and why
So
it was
the
released.
Valentine's
I think we just
connotation?
thought it was kind of funny. Like label were talking to us, and we were like, we knew that Daniel P. Carter was going to play it on Radio 1, and they just sort of went for Valentine's Day because they thought it was a bit of a pun.
Yeah.
But it went down really well, and he played it again yesterday.
Yeah, really.
So really happy about that with the heavy festival announcement. So
And apparently somebody's playing it tonight, but not me.
No, not you. No.
no,
But you're playing it on Thursday, right?
Yes.
I think everybody's playing it. That's good.
So do you have any thoughts before the album's release? Is it more excitement or stress or what is going on?
We've got loads of gigs. We've got
This is
this.
the busiest year we've had.
And it's
I'm really
only
tired.
February, and so we've got this Scuzz tour, which is
We're quite big in
17
Sweden
dates.
now as well.
Yeah, big in Sweden. That adds the pressure. Number 10 in the charts.
The rock chart.
The rock chart.
The iTunes rock chart.
iTunes rock charts.
45th top-selling album in
Even though
iTunes.
it's not an album, it was an EP.
It is an extended play.
That's a lot of pressure.
But yeah, before the album comes out, we do some shows of our own just before that comes out, overlaps, and we go to Germany. So, I don't know, got to roll with it. It's good.
Oh yeah, I would say that there's always a level of uncertainty because you just not worry, but you're intrigued to see how people are going to perceive it if they like join you on the same kind of vision that you had with it. It's been quite
Any
good.
of us are. I wouldn't have thought uncertain about this. Like this is.
No, we love it.
Super sure about it being
That's
really
all
good.
that matters. It's played.
Yeah, I don't
Right,
really care, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't. I think it's a great album. I think we worked really hard on it. I think the songs are really strong. And if people don't like it, then fine. But that's perhaps why it's called Max Raptor, because it's just, this is the rebirth. This is who we are. If you don't like it,
It's not a
then fine.
reunion though.
It's not a reunion.
It's a rebirth.
rebirth.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a bit more gory.
Yeah.
Also, though,
We'll
it's
have the afterbirth party.
Yeah.
Next question.
So we're not going to talk about the placenta.
no thanks.
What about amniotic fluid?
Eating it so
We can
weird,
do shots of
isn't it?
amniotic fluid.
Yeah, you don't get dehydrated. Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I-
Let's do some shots. Yeah.
I'm relatively new to the concept that people eat the placenta afterwards.
Yeah.
But I didn't know there was a thing of taking it and freezing it for
Yeah.
future.
Yeah, if you need...
I just thought you're in the moment, get it down you, but no, they save it.
I thought it was the stem cells or something like that for...
It's
It's really
all of
rich
that
and,
stuff.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
That.
On that note... okay, and I thought Pete's gonna go dark on me, so thank you.
Not this one.
Okay, so talking about Pete, if you don't mind,
Uh-oh.
just being notorious, when was the last time when one of you went, oh, what did Pete do now?
Amazing, almost so much.
It's been a while since
has
that's
been a while,
happened.
yeah.
I don't drink quite as much.
Is
as
it
I
just
used to.
whiskey?
It's mainly
It's
whiskey.
amazing. How do you know
done your
this
research,
stuff?
haven't you?
You've done serious research.
I've had a few issues with psychosis episodes, but it's all in the past now.
And
I'm,
funny stuff.
I'm actually straight edge, so
Oh no!
Yes. Okay.
I mean, Bud is fairly straight.
No, it's
fairly
it's
straight.
water. It's just
yeah, I don't know. I've done a lot of stupid things, and they've all been written about, which is kind of funny.
Many
I don't think
times.
there's been anything though recently.
Well, no, Will did say that there
I
was.
did make my housemate stand in the middle of the road, like when we first moved into our new place in Bath. We went for went to this alternative night, and they just had cheap vodka. And I don't ever drink vodka, but that sent me in a sort of different spiral. And I made him stand in the middle of the road, and he was trying to move from the centre, and I went, no, stay there. I don't know why.
It's like a Fight Club initiation.
Oh,
Kind of,
there
yeah.
was in Switzerland as well, where I'd literally got you by the shoulder and was dragging you back to the hotel, and you went, "No, fuck off!" And you said, "No, go away. You're being condescending. You're being condescending." So I let you go, and you ran off in the opposite direction.
There was that.
And didn't Will say that when you moved into Bath that he spotted you outside shouting at your rubbish?
Oh yeah, that was amazing. I looked out the window and you were just going boring, boring, boring rubbish. Just sitting there, you're doing nothing. You're going to be dragged out on fire.
Okay, so that was whiskey, wasn't it? That was whiskey. One of our amazing fans, like a guy called Bob, he bought us all a bottle of whiskey for Christmas. Which was really kind of him. Like, he's a fan, he's now a friend, like, he's just a great guy. These guys have probably still got some whiskey. I drank mine in the night, and that's what
You started it quite early in the morning. And then
I went out. I didn't drink much, and I got home at about 1, and then tucked into a bottle of whiskey, finished the whole thing, and that's when I was yelling at the rubbish.
He was annoyed that he's kind of, "Oh, I've got to drag you out on Friday morning. You do nothing for us. You're so boring, boring, boring rubbish." And then he went to bed.
Okay.
That's fine. I think it's fine.
Okay.
Loads of people do that.
Of course, yeah. I think it happened to each and every one of us. I had a friend that apologized to a parking car.
I've done that.
Yeah. So I'm going to let Pete go for a second. And I've watched Carolina and The King is Dead. And I feel like Will has some women issues.
Oh, many.
Currently?
I mean, you're getting into fights, being slapped, being kicked out, cheating.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't
is
it?
that representation of life? Or?
No, it's not a trumped up version of myself. It's they're just narratives for the songs. Yeah.
But you volunteer to be the guy acting.
Of course.
It.
I mean,
He loves doing that bit.
it was great. That was great fun, and met my former girlfriend through that, the first one, and then obviously
You've met her
Carolina.
as your ex-girlfriend.
Might as well have done.
Okay.
And then yeah, the Carolina video. It's quite a serious subject. It's domestic violence, and so we kind of portrayed it in this sort of theatrical performance, and I put myself forward.
So again, female fans should not be scared of you.
No,
Okay.
please come forward. Come forward.
Okay, who should
Meet
they
the
be
band.
scared
Meet
of?
the band.
Matt?
Me?
I don't think
I don't think any.
female unfriendly
No,
band.
we're fine.
If anything, I'm terrified of them, so they should stay the hell away from me.
Yeah, it's like when
That's Pete saying that, by the way.
Yeah, that's Pete saying that.
Stay away from me.
It's like when you have like a mouse, sort of, where you live, and they say, don't go near it. It's a lot more scared of you than it is of them, and that's Pete with women.
Like woodlice.
What?
Never throw out woodlice. They're just looking for heat,
Yeah, I used to eat
and
woodlice.
they're blind. Sorry.
Where are we with the story?
We're just going over
Female
some
fans.
stuff.
Female fans.
Yeah, I think we just got lost in
Used to
weird
eat
issues.
woodlice.
Personal issues.
When I was younger, when I was a baby-ish toddler, my mum, I was playing in the garden, and my mum came and to bring me inside, and she noticed that my mouth was full of woodlice, and I was just eating them.
There's a guy at school like that, Craig. He used to eat daddy long legs.
No,
He's doing well now.
is
So,
it?
good for him.
So now I know why you moved out.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Bath.
you got
Okay,
to
all
get
those
away.
weird things are happening apparently in the Midlands. Okay, Ben, any weird stuff from your childhood? You
Not
sure?
compared to that, yeah.
Nothing weird you've been eating?
Not to the best of my knowledge, no.
Okay. So I got one last question about weird things with Matt. I've been told you don't like being touched in general.
Hang on, who's told you this nonsense here? I'm not too sure where you've got your info there. No, I'm fine with that.
Is this to do with the thing where you don't like before the show?
Oh, that thing.
That did happen in Reading, like last week. You went no. Someone tried to say, "Oh, have a good show."
Oh yeah, I don't
and
like
you
that.
went no.
So we what bands have lots of different sort of little stereotype, like not stereotype, sort of obsessive compulsive sort of things. And one of the things that I can't. Well, it's we. I mean, we've always never done it. We've never been the sort of the band that gets into the group hug before we play. Oh, come on, let's do it. Just can't do it. And because it's been so long now, I don't like it. I don't like people sort of saying have a good show, and it just freaks me out. I don't like it. Like,
Just cards.
like this is fine. It's just I don't like if someone's going in to say. Go on, mate.
It's funny you saying this now. I just kind of feel like I'm always the subject of like you guys always like touch me.
I like to.
Like, yeah, exactly. So I find that kind of odd.
That's when I get tired.
I don't like people touching me, but then you're happy to just
This is
abuse
now a
me.
little bit counselling, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a little.
It's good to have
Take
these
a
sessions.
You see, I don't like it either. That's why they do it. I hate it.
Well, I'm glad I could assist, and the invoice is going to be in the mail.
Thanks for that. I'd like to know who you talk to.
Do you guys have anything else to say to fans, Barney's mom, family, friends, future selves?
I think to fans, thank you. Just generally, thank you, because they're all the fans are the reason why we continue to do what we do. Also, like if this is aired after this tour, then cool, because we're going on tour again to promote the album.
Gosh, what a good tour that one was.
And then we're
Looking
going to
forward
Europe,
it.
and then we'll be back over here as well doing festivals. So it's all good, and thank you to the people that have supported us this far.
And Hassel, our new label, they've been absolutely awesome so far. It's been
Pleased by the record.
yeah. Go and get the record, Max Raptor.
April 22nd, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Guys, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Hopefully I did not open weird wounds.
No, that's fine.
But thank you for sharing.
That was funny.